And
we
yeah.
are live.
Oh my
Happy Drawventure, everybody. Welcome to our amazing Saturday morning with our lovely lady, Vicki Sigh. If you guys don't know her yet, she is truly amazing. Oops, did we lose you? Uh-oh, right off the bat. Oh, and she's back. Yeah, okay. Cool lips. If this is your first time here on Drawventure is a once-a-month art marathon. It happens on the first Saturday of every month as a way to re-spark the whole art energy and get back into the game. You may sometimes fall off the horse some days and be like, I just want to do more art. I'm just going to say in advance, I'm truly sorry for, yes. I'm going to try and minimize my coughs today. I'm currently, under the weather, but I am being taken care of, and I am cough drops galore. But any hoozles, Drawventure, we are having a giveaway today. I'll talk a little bit more about that halfway in the show. Vicki, can you do me an excellent favor and remind me halfway through about the giveaway, because I'm totally going to forget. My brain has just been gone. It's just been awful. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, meet Vicki Sigh. She is currently attending UC Santa Barbara, and she produces amazing digital art and traditional art. It's just phenomenal. I'm so sad when there was a particular original piece that sold out of your store, and I'm like, I wanted it. Any today we're going to be talking about Patreon. Many of you may have heard of Patreon before. Okay, hi boys. It is a crowd funding platform on a recurring basis for creators like YouTubers, Instagrammers, cosplayers, the whole shebang. And we're gonna gush about our experience because we've been on it for 3 months now, right?
Yeah. Oh my god, passed by so quickly.
Indeed. Like, both Vicki and I got on Patreon at the same time. It was quite interesting because, like, when she announced she was doing Patreon, I'm like, that's where my first pledge is going. So it's been a true treat following you on Patreon so far. So before we dive in with Patreon, Vicki, tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right, yeah. So hi, everybody. My name is Vicki Sigh, and I go by Vicki Sigh on my social media. I'm currently 21 years old, and I am a senior at UC Santa Barbara, and I will be graduating this June with a Bachelor of Arts in Communication, so I am so excited. And then after I graduate, I plan on taking off with freelance, so fingers crossed with that. I'm super pumped. Yeah. Thank
You're
you.
gonna knock it out with the ballpark.
Thank you so much, Tori.
Oh, you don't need any luck or anything. You're phenomenal as is. We already actually have a question in the Q&A feed. For those YouTube on Google Hangout, you're able to drop in questions in the Q&A app. If you're on YouTube and you're wondering, how do I get to the Google Hangout? If you click on the description box and expand it, there is a linky there that will bring you to us here on Google Hangouts. The giveaway is the sketchbook, a mini moleskin, and I drew on the first page. I'm kind of tempted to draw on the second page. That might happen. There you guys go. It's my way of celebrating Drawventure because we are here to draw and explore and conquer all the art stuff. Yes, thank you so much, Artlance, for asking the question. Folks, you're more than welcome to come on over and drop some more Q&As. So let's continue. So Vicki,
all right.
What projects are you juggling?
Currently, I am just, let's see. There's like stuff that is client-based that I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about yet. But I did recently participate in the Star Wars fanzine, and so that's really coming together, and it's supposed to come out within a couple months or so. So that's really exciting. Finished the piece for that. And other than that, I've just been practicing art. I've just been drawing every day, sort of working on building my foundations, basically. And that is like my passion project at the moment, just improving.
I absolutely love it. I like how focused you are on improving your art instead of wanting to like grow social media fan base. I am truly enjoying watching you explore all the techniques, all the different like environments, characters. That has been a true pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, she is on Patreon. Please do sign up for the Sketchbook Reward. It is like highlight of my week when I open it and I'm like, what is she doing now? Oh, this is so fun. But I think it's amazing, like your discipline. How do you do it? How do you stay focused?
I want to say that I'm a person who's easily self-motivated. So if I want to do something, then I'll just be really driven and focused on that. It's like, I will get that thing done. Like if it kills me.
Hello?
Hello?
Are you there?
Yes. Am I frozen?
Hello? Okay, you're here. I hear your voice,
Okay.
but I don't see you.
Oh no.
But, oh, here you go.
Okay.
In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, I will share some samples.
Oh no. It's frozen. What do I do if it's frozen? Oh no. Ah!
Hello?
Hi.
Cucumbers. Oh, you're
Okay.
here.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. I was like, I don't know if I should exit out of the Google Hangout but I
Oh,
was
you're
like,
good.
okay.
I'm glad you're
just
back.
made it
Yeah,
up.
you'll come back in, and you have my phone number if anything goes wrong.
Okay. Yeah.
About discipline and how do you stay focused every day and draw? Like, it's just amazing.
I think what really helps me is keeping track of my old art. And so I have gotten into the habit recently of drawing every single day. And of course, when you do something every day, you don't really see the progress that you make over like from day to day. You're sort of like, I don't know if I'm stagnating or if I'm getting better or not. But what has helped me is that I'll look at my drawings that I did recently and I'll compare them to drawings that I did 3 months ago. And I can see that in those 3 months, I've already improved so much. And that further motivates me to like want to keep drawing, because it's like, if I can improve that much in 3 months, then if I stick with this in another 3 months, I'm going to improve even more. Like it's just a given, you know? So I really try to push myself to stay on track and to not lose sight of the ultimate goal, which is just to get better and have fun.
Absolutely. I love how positive you stay. That's so admirable. It's just, I love it. How about, do you ever experience days that, you know, you fall off the horse, it's just, all of it just sucks? Like, do you have days like that? Because I can't see it in your artwork. Like, every day is a happy day in your sketchbook.
It's interesting that you bring that up. But yeah, it's interesting because this past week actually was pretty rough for me art-wise and similarly like emotionally wise. I found myself, I was wanting to try a lot of new things. And so I would try like doing a sketch this way or inking a certain way or coloring a certain way, and nothing was really coming together, right? Everything just seemed really scattered and kind of all over the place. And because of that, I felt really lost. I felt like, oh my God, my art like has no direction. Therefore, I have no direction. Like, who am I? Like all these existential questions started popping up, and it was like, it was rough. It was rough. But then I actually posted about it on Twitter about how I was feeling, and a lot of people responded, and they were saying that, you know, as an artist, you're just going to experience these things, but it's part of the journey. And even though it sucks sometimes, you have to embrace it because it's all part of the growth. And without those low moments, you can't really experience the higher moments, you know? or else there's like no contrast between them. And so that kind of like brought me back, you know, kept me a little bit grounded. And I'm like, okay, it's just something that happens and I have to accept it and just move on, you know, like it's not a huge deal. You'll have highs and lows, but you will always bounce back if you choose to. So
Yes.
yeah. But yeah, I definitely have bad days when it comes to making art and in general, of course.
Yeah, they do suck. Just gotta plow right through them. Have you experienced months of like, this sucks?
Months. Oh yeah.
Like, say if you just get in this huge funk, because I'm sure that many of us have probably like gone through a very long period of time where like, are we worthy? And then we just question ourselves and it just gets dark. Like, do you pretty much handle it the same way? Just plow through it?
Yeah, I actually remember when I was a sophomore in college, so about a couple of years ago, I was going through like a bout of depression and it lasted for several months. And because of it, my art was also suffering. I just felt like I wasn't producing what I wanted to. And that even when I did make something, it was just so mediocre to the point where I was like, why do I even try? You know, like, what is the point of me doing any of this? Yeah. And so it's really easy to downward spiral from that, right? You sort of like let those negative thoughts eat away at you and it just builds on itself and it can become pretty dangerous. And the way that I got through that was pretty similar. I just kept telling myself, like, just try. You have to try again. You cannot give up. Like, if you give up, then that is the end, you know, there's nowhere to go from there. But if you at least just like try one more time, just try again, then maybe things will work out. And I think when you're in those long funks, right, it's important to be kind to yourself and to take small steps. Exactly. So you just have to remember to be nice to yourself and to not beat yourself up too much. And you don't have to draw every day. You don't even have to draw every week. Just draw when it is comfortable for you. And that small accomplishment can help you onto the next step. Does that kind of make sense?
Absolutely. Sorry, I kind of got from the video there. I remember you mentioned that you went to Twitter, and I did see those tweets, and the responses were phenomenal about, you know, just feeling awful about your artwork and just not having it. Do you find that Twitter is very friendly?
Is Twitter friendly?
Yeah, like, do you find like it's a beneficial place for an artist to be? Have you has being on Twitter for you been like a great way to network, make those art friends that are there for you during these moments?
Oh my gosh, like, okay, it's funny because literally about less than like half a year ago, I was so averse to the idea of using Twitter. I was like, why do you even need it? Like, you just like talk to people all day? That doesn't seem very useful, which is really ironic because I'm a communication major. So I don't really know where I got that idea in my head. But it just seemed kind of senseless because it's like, oh, 140 characters. Like, what could you possibly talk about?
It's so hard.
Yeah, I was very blindsided to the benefits that Twitter could provide me. And so I did decide to give it a try out. I think it was around like last summer. And things were definitely slow at first. If people don't know who you are, then like Twitter is a bit of a scary place because sometimes you'll post art and it won't get any response. And you're like, why the hell do I even do things? But then you have to put yourself out there in a sense. And I found that when I started talking to people, you know, making that first move, then people would respond back to me. And then from that, you create a connection. And from that connection, you grow a network, right? Because those people know other people. And so you kind of like form this camaraderie with a group of certain people, for example, artists, right? And I have found that people on Twitter, the artists, they are so responsive. They are so kind. They're so helpful, and they're so supportive of each other. I love it. I love how supportive artists are on Twitter.
Yeah,
People are always like retweeting each other's work.
So
yeah, exactly. They're like, oh, check out what my friend is doing, or like, you should go support her or him. They're doing amazing, really cool stuff, job listings, all that sort of thing. I think Twitter is a magnificent resource.
I know this question's on a lot of people's mind right now who are watching this. A lot of them are artists, and we're trying to get more of an audience. What was the one moment that really did help you out in gaining a following and establishing connections on Twitter?
Okay, yeah, definitely. Because this didn't happen like that long ago for me either. I did start out just like posting my art on Twitter, and of course I don't know, I had like 40 followers. Like, it was nothing really substantial, right? Because
they like blew up over the past 6 months.
I know, and honestly, I can't attribute that to me, really. I can attribute that mostly to other people. People who were already established, and they noticed my work, and they're like, hey, you know, like, what you're doing is really cool, and I would love to share it. And it was from that I was able to start gaining some traction on Twitter, because people like Polina Ganesho, who makes Zodiac Star Force, you know, she was so kind to me. She reached out and she's like, I really like your work, and then she would like retweet my stuff and, you know, spread it to her audience. People like Kate Leth and Chris Anka and like Kevin Wada, like, they started like noticing too. And yeah, it just spreads because people know each other. And in that sense, I was very lucky because I was able to gain access to their sort of like social circle because one person decided to reach out. And that was really like the pivotal moment for my Twitter like following and experience, really.
Would you say being on Twitter definitely did help when you were launching on Patreon?
Definitely. It was because I feel like people go to Twitter to interact, right? If I were to like, I would post stuff about my Patreon to like Instagram and to Tumblr as well, but I don't feel like the audience that I have there is as ready to interact with me. But with on Twitter, it's like immediate, you know, like people see it and they like respond immediately in real time. And I feel like they're always looking for more ways to support artists on Twitter, especially. Tumblr and Instagram are great, but it's not as, like, the feedback isn't as immediate. So there is a bit of a delay. And Twitter is great for not having that delay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Like with Twitter, I find it a little bit overwhelming on Twitter that you have to be there to catch it all happen. I am that person that will see everything 5 days late. I just look under a rock. Sorry, people on Twitter. If you guys ever tweet out to me and I don't respond right away, I kind of do have like a phone anxiety. I know it's weird, a little weird.
No, not at all.
Yeah, so more about Patreon. So what made you want to start a Patreon?
I found out about Patreon through really big name artists who were doing extremely successfully. For example, like Sakimi-chan, right? Like, that's the one big success story that everybody knows through Patreon. And I saw that and I was like, wow, people seem to be really interested in supporting artists in a way that I never really even knew, because my conception was that, oh, okay, so freelance artists get most of their work through commissions or through going to cons or through selling merch. Is it okay? Oh no. Oh no. Oh God.
I think we both got contacted by the same person to join Patreon.
Oh, Shane.
Oh, I'm all by myself again. This happened.
I can hear your voice.
How do you enter for the sketchbook? If you head on over to drawventure.com and drop a comment on Vicki Sigh's new blog post, just comment what was your favorite part about the video, and tomorrow I'll give it a full 24 hours around noon on Sunday. I will tweet it, and I'll also direct message you through email, so please make sure you are submitting a comment with a functional email address. The reason why I do it this way on Drawventure is because I have a very difficult time contacting people on YouTube. So that's how you guys enter to get this many emails. And I will ship it. Lots of love. Yeah, welcome back, Vicki. I'm so happy that you're here. I was all by myself singing, and it was awful.
I'm sure it was great. And yeah, everybody enter that giveaway. I want that. I want that sketchbook with Tori's drawing in it. It's so beautiful.
Well, you can send me your address, so I could send you a fun-loving care pack because you're graduating soon. But yes, let's continue with Patreon.
Yeah.
I'm assuming both you and I were contacted by Shane.
Yes, correct. Shane Zachary.
Yeah. So was it like getting contacted by a Patreon representative? What was it like for you? So the folks who are interested and are curious about Patreon, and the folks on Patreon are very nice. So I want to hear your experience.
Oh, yeah, definitely. At the point that I had received the email from Shane, I was already in the process of setting up my Patreon. So I was like, oh my God, this is like great timing. I need so much help like setting up my site. And yeah, they were really helpful. They were like, contact me on Skype anytime that you need to. And, we did have a Skype chat to talk over logistics and reward setting up, payment, all that sort of stuff. Super nice, extremely helpful. And yeah, but the main reason that I wanted to start Patreon was just to provide something special and to see if I could get myself on a regular schedule of posting things, because as you know, it's very important to me to like stay on top of a schedule and to be consistent about my work. And I saw Patreon as a great for myself and for others, so I could keep producing more and more content and staying consistent, and people could see like really cool things from me. And so I just thought that would be a really good thing to try out. And it's been a lot of fun so far, so I have no complaints, really.
Curiosity question.
Yeah.
Would you say that Patreon is for what kind of artists? Like, would you say it's for everyone, or?
It's interesting. I think that Patreon is for anything you want it to be, as long as you are able to stay consistent, really. Because I know that there's people who make videos, there's people who do cosplay stuff, there's people who do podcasts, there's people who do music. You could do anything as long as you're consistently producing content that people are interested in. Then it's totally a welcome platform for you. So yeah.
Have you discovered new artists through the Patreon platform?
Oh, definitely. I really like clicking through to see like who other people support, and that has been a really I feel super creepy, but at the same time I'm learning so much. Like I found a lot of really cool. Yeah, I found a lot of really cool artists through Patreon, and I see more and more artists joining every day, thinking like, oh, should I open up a Patreon? And it's just fun, It's doing what you love and allowing people to like participate in it in an extended sort of way. Yeah.
Who are like your top 3? I love these Patreon creators. There you go. Like, totally follow them right now. Like, I want to hear it because I'm hearing who other people follow. Because like you said, it's kind of fun to creep, and there's just so much good content out on Patreon that's hard to like see it all. And I feel like I learned the most through people on Twitter. Like everyone on my Twitter, it's people who are on Patreon. I'm like, you're on Patreon? I need to support you. Who are your top three?
Okay, well, it's got to be said, I am currently supporting Tori, and I love the Google Hangouts that you have done. They're so much fun to attend. Oh. Is it okay?
I'm so sorry, I can't hear.
Oh no. My microphone is like on and
That's
everything.
probably my end. I'm probably having horrible connection because downtown Nashville is just oodles of internet joy. I'm sorry, folks, for who are watching, and I'm making her repeat because I just can't hear anything.
It's okay. I'm just gonna keep talking, and then when you can hear me, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
Okay, so give me your top three. Who are you following?
I am currently supporting the lovely Tori on Patreon, and she does a lot of fun Google Hangouts, and her sketchbooks are beautiful, by the way. I am not currently supporting the sketchbook tier just because I am a poor college student, but if I could, I hands down would. So definitely, check Tori out, of course. And you are the only creator that I'm currently supporting just because of funds.
I kind of feel like, or maybe other artists who are watching this that have a Patreon, is there like an unwritten rule that like the dollar, like I feel like everyone is like, I don't know how to properly convey this without making it sound awful, because it's not. I think it's like an unspoken rule amongst creators. Like I feel like all the creators are like connected with each other by like pledging $1 to each other, and I'm like, because I don't want to like pressure anyone into pledging for me. I really like seeing your rewards. Like, ladies and gentlemen, please do check out her sketchbooks. They totally make my day, and they're like, wow. Our lucky guest also has a YouTube.
Oh no, Tori.
I'm surviving.
Oh.
I'm kind of sweating.
You're doing a great job so far.
You're an angel. Concrud, ladies and gentlemen, Concrud. I'm sorry I got sick out at WonderCon in LA this past weekend, and I haven't really given my chance to rest. Anyways,
it is real.
She does have a YouTube channel, and she has amazing videos of great content, great advice, and she is releasing, or already released, a process time-lapse, or like real time, right?
Yeah, it was
voiceover.
It was only a preview. The full video was for patrons. So, but
okay, go back it because it's so delicious.
Thank you. Yeah, I currently have as my $400 like stretch goal, I guess, is that I will share those full-length process videos, or like the time lapse with commentary on it, for all patrons. So yeah, if you are interested in seeing those.
Goal. I think I last checked. So we're 100 away from that goal, right? We need to make it happen. Ladies and gentlemen, go ahead over there. It's in the description box. So how are you juggling rewards on Patreon at the moment? Like, is it awesome? Are you learning new things?
Mm-hmm. The thing that I'm honestly still figuring out how to set up my rewards on Patreon, and they have evolved since the first month already, and I still have plans to make changes to them. But it's been a lot of fun doing the rewards. I love doing the weekly sketchbooks. I love doing the monthly wallpaper and sending out postcards and doing like Copic pieces, Copic raffles. That it's fun. And I like having that to look forward to every month or every week. And
Yeah.
I will say it was definitely stressful at first.
How is your interactions with your fans? Like, do you feel like you're able to talk to them more? Is it I personally love my fans on Patreon. I feel like a family, and I feel like I'm with very nice people. Would you say your experience is quite similar? Like, this Patreon folks generally pretty nice?
Oh my gosh, the nicest. Oh.
Right? They're just incredibly kind. Like, it's just so much positivity on Patreon. I definitely do think that patrons on Patreon make the whole thing worth it. Even if I had like 10 patrons, I'm never gonna get this right. I'm just happy to give them everything because they're so nice.
No, definitely. Oh no, it's okay.
I hear you. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Definitely the people who are Patreon. Oh, God, like I'm getting confused with it too. People who are
I'm sorry.
It's all good. We got it. Patron, two different words. Patrons, they are always so nice, and they always just say very supportive and kind things on like my weekly sketchbooks. They're like, this is great. I can't wait to see more. And it's a very good like motivator, because it's like I want to produce good content for these good people, like these people really deserve to see the best that I have to offer. And so it pushes me in a very healthy way to produce content and to improve and to build a community of people who are enthusiastic about art. Okay, is it frozen? I always start dancing when it gets frozen.
Yeah, dancing is fun. It's a great way to fill an awkward.
Yeah.
I do hear you now. Okie dokie. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey.
Okay, yay! You're back. Okie dokie. I'm sorry, I didn't really catch your answer on that.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I'm assuming it's totally my connection.
I don't know. It could be mine as well. Wait.
You
never know these things. Yeah. It's just like, I don't know.
Right.
No,
But I'm happy to hear that. From what I got, the gist of the static was that your patrons are very friendly, they're very encouraging, and it's just like a happy family. Is that what I think I pretty much got?
Basically, in a nutshell. Yeah, you got
Ladies and cool. Now, here is the ultimate question that I know we're all dying to hear your answer to. Do you think Patreon is worth it?
I would say that.
And you can dig out the dirt on this. We can dig it out.
Are we getting real? Are we getting real for a second?
Because it's a lot of work running a Patreon. We're getting real. Because it's like Patreon, from the outside, it does look like fluffy candy and just beautiful ice cream everywhere. But it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It's like a never-ending Kickstarter.
It is quite stressful at times.
Talk to myself again. I'm so sorry, ladies and gentlemen, for coughing. Okay, I can breathe.
Are you okay?
Hello.
Hi.
I'm alive. You alive?
Okay.
Okay, dish it out. We're ready. We can handle it.
All right. So this month of processing the payments, right? This is the first month that I have gotten like payment declined from people, and I don't really know what that means, whether it's like on PayPal's end, or like the people just ended up not wanting the rewards. Either way, it's a little ambiguous. And so before April 1st, I was around at like $330 some, right, for my Patreon. And then I noticed that it jumped from like 330 to like 260. And I was like, wait, what happened? Like, did I do something? I was like, I'm sorry if I offended anybody. But then I was looking through the Patreon manager settings, and it was showing all of these, like, okay, accepted, payment accepted, and then like a whole bunch of declined. And I was like, I don't really know what's going on with that. And so I Google, and Patreon didn't have an answer for, I don't really know how to handle this. So
Yeah.
I think because the site is still fairly new, they're still working out how to make it more cohesive. And I know that a lot of artists have had issues where people pledge, right? And then they get the rewards, and then they take away their pledge before payment is processed.
Yeah.
And I know that has been an issue. Like, Maya Curran spoke out about it and how it's made her really upset, because she's like, I work so hard, and for people to basically just come in and like steal from my hard work, it really hurts. And
Right.
I think I've had like one or two people who have done that, and in that case, I just tried to brush it off and like be like, it doesn't matter, because like there's still a good set of people here who want to see things from me and who are willing to support me, kind enough to support me. Really, it was one or two get me down, but it's definitely not the friendliest platform to navigate around, which is unfortunate, because I think it's a wonderful idea, Patreon.
Absolutely agree.
Yeah.
Like, I can definitely say my experience on Patreon has been like everything on the back end is cumbersome. It's very hard to find what I'm looking for. And most of the time I find something that's incredibly useful tool for me a month too late. And I'm just, it's a little frustrating, especially with the payment. So I discovered that there is a Patreon support Twitter last night, because I wasn't able to upload my rewards. And then I realized, like, oh, there's this whole Twitter feed. Like, I kind of wish that Patreon actually contacted their creators about these issues rather than through Twitter. I don't know. Like, as much as I love Twitter, the platform, as a news resource, I want to know what's going on with the platform in my mailbox.
Definitely. And I feel like that's not the best way for them to handle it solely through Twitter, because obviously not everybody has a Twitter, but people who sign up through Patreon, they are looking for email updates and alerts. And like, I didn't even know about that Patreon Twitter until you brought it up just now. So that kind of goes to show, like, there's some disconnect.
Why does it do this? But would you like what would be some fix with Patreon that would make this experience like a million times better for you?
I think that
I'm a little good.
Oh,
I hear her.
Okay.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay, so I'm not sure if you heard my question. What would make Patreon like a better experience for you, and would make it a more appealing platform for incoming artists?
Okay, yeah. I think that a lot of the fear, it does stem from the idea that people can just sort of hit and run with their pledges, right? There's no accountability. And so I feel like Patreon really should implement something where you pay when you pledge, because that only makes sense. The whole like monthly circulation of payments is a little bit dodgy and allows people to get away with paying and then getting stuff for free, essentially, which is not cool. And because Patreon claims that they are there to support artists, you know, like, we're just here to help you guys out and do the best thing that you can, then they really need to hone in on this concern that has been affecting a lot of creators.
No, I completely agree. Like, Patreon, if you're watching this, please help us out, because we want Patreon to be a fantastic place for artists, and it is a fantastic place for artists. I get a peek more into your artistic life. how has like Patreon affected your art production? Like, do you ever find yourself unable to share more? Like, for example, I really like doing sketchbook work, but I'm now finding myself doing Patreon on that. I'm like, is this part of a reward, or am I allowed to share this? Do you ever get those conflicting feelings?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. I think when I first started out the Sketchbook Rewards specifically, I had this idea in my mind that it was supposed to be very educational or to be very like art focused. And because of that, I mainly just did a lot of studies, like figure drawings and anatomy studies. And as a result, I wasn't having a lot of fun with it because, you know, practice is practice. Like practice is always going to be a little bit tedious, right? And it started like getting me down because I was like, I thought this was supposed to be fun, but you know, I'm not really enjoying the process, and it's kind of taking a toll on like my artistic expression. But as I went on with it, I was thinking like, okay, people want to see things from me making because then they'll enjoy it, right? That's sort of like the rule of thumb. Like you yourself have to enjoy making a certain piece of artwork if you are expecting other people to like it as well. And so that idea allowed me to take more creative liberties with my sketchbooks. I actually have both of them on hand right now, and I can sort of show you like some excerpts of.
Did we get a sneak peek? Ladies and gentlemen, we get a true treat.
Yeah, so let's see. In the very beginning, when I first started this sketchbook, it was just a whole bunch of figure drawings and people. I'm just trying to find a nice page. Hi, people. That was my boyfriend. Yeah, so I drew a whole bunch of like, just
so
like
good.
people. Oh, thank you. Thank you. And it was like, it was kind of fun, but at the same time, I just felt like it was becoming really routine. And so those were sketches from my first sketchbook, right? All this kind of stuff. It's like sketching poses. And then with this new sketchbook that I bought, I was like, it's time to start fresh, like the start of something new. I was like in a total High School Musical sort of mode. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to have fun with this. I'm going to allow myself to have fun. And so I recently started like watching some Fallout 4 stuff, and Rad Roach is really funny to me for whatever's really rad. And I was like at the hospital recently, and so I did a whole bunch of like sketch hospital, and I found myself just like through my sketchbook, and I think that you have to take step by step. You difficult stints in drawing to be like better than this, kind of come out on the other end.
I love it. I love the exploration. And I love that even though you're in so many different scenarios, you still pull through. I like it.
Yesterday, yeah.
Uh-oh. Hello? Want this time? Vicki?
Is it frozen? No.
I hear a chair. I think
Don't
I
be
hear a chair. Okay, but I hear you. I can hear you. Oh, wait. Is it alright that later after the show, could you tweet out a
Oh no.
Ahoy there, welcome back. Oh, I'm frozen. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, like as I was mentioning before, is it okay if you tweet out the images that you just shared with us here on Drawventure so we can see them up close and delicious and stare at them forever. So
Yeah.
the show will happen. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Actually, we do have some questions in the Q&A queue.
Okay,
and this
cool.
one has actually been plus up 6 times. This is from Ninja B. It looks like a Ninja BB. Cool. Also, any tips on starting a channel? My main problem is that I am shy to do voiceovers, mostly because my computer voice makes me cringe. Sorry. Okay. I think we all hate our own voice.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry. You always have someone else do a voiceover for you, or instead you could do like captions. What do you think, Vicki? Any tips on starting a channel? Ella?
Because I'm in the midst of.
Because I know you do have a few videos up, and they're super, super
I'm just
awesome.
gonna keep dancing.
You know, she made more. I secretly watch you make YouTube videos all day.
And just been really busy. But tips, I would make videos about things that you enjoy.
Absolutely.
I think that's like the easiest way to get started. Voiceover, because ideally you don't really want to work off of the script, or else it sounds too dry, right? And you just kind of want to like talk as if you're talking to a friend, and that's how to do it. Honestly, it just takes practice, and you will eventually get used to the sound of your own voice, even if the first few times you're like, oh my god, I can't talk because this sounds awful. But you get over it. It's not as bad as you think it is. So yeah.
I absolutely totally agree. I really do feel like the more you do voiceovers and the more you just make the videos, the more natural it gets. Like I definitely know my first videos, I was like, I'm in a business interview. Hello, I'm Tori. And I felt very robotic. And now I'm like, why did I do that? And I in the past would take like 20 voiceover takes. I'm not kidding, ladies and gentlemen. I used to do voiceovers while watching my own video playback, and I'm like, I'm so distracted by moving. I forgot what I was saying. So that's why whenever I do voiceovers now, I let the video play, but I cover everything, and I kind of like talk up like, this is what's happening. Oh, and I know what's happening there. That's how I do voiceovers. Voiceovers are really awkward. The more you do them, the better you get. I really do recommend listening to other YouTubers and seeing how their pacing is, and like, remember to breathe. That's the number one thing. Yeah. I always forget to breathe during my voiceovers. I'm like, hi, 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 and yeah, all the awkwardness. Anything else you'd like to add on that?
I just want to agree, because it definitely is super awkward. You're just sitting there by yourself trying to act like you're talking to another person, but you're literally just like, this is so weird. Like, I don't know what to say. Oh, thanks, babe. My child, by the way, name is Coco, and she is a pink facial pup. Hi, everyone. She says hi. But yeah, I would definitely just say, keep practicing. You will over time, even if it feels really cringeworthy in the beginning. Just keep going at it, and like, I know that you're gonna do a great job. Ninja babies, yeah.
I think we just have to let go of the fact that the first couple of videos are just gonna bomb. They're gonna suck. You have to get through the sucky videos to make a good video. It's just like art. Oh my god, so cute. Hello, Coco.
I know, right? She's happy to see all of you.
I love you, beautiful people. Ooh, I also have one other tip. This one is actually I learned from Mr. Honeyball when I was trying to do a live talking at camera. Mr. Honeyball helped a lot, and he would force me to get through a whole speaking segment instead of stopping over and over and over. So,
okay.
like, for example, I would always butcher a word, and then I'll start from the beginning again, and I'm just developing that habit of messing up on that same spot. And by breaking through that spot of the error spot, you finally retrain yourself to do it correctly. So push through, push onward. I believe in you.
I think that's a great tip. Yeah.
Yeah. I now learned that I can edit out a really long and then a coughing segment, and I'm like, we're back. So thank you so much for your questions. Oh, we have another one. I have a question for both of you. How do you approach growing your online presence on YouTube, Tumblr, etc.? Sometimes I feel that I'm sorry. I feel like that I'm putting in a lot of effort and not getting much response. Do you ever have this or find it frustrating? Like, I definitely do agree with what Vicki has said before. It's just being consistent. You keep posting even if no one's watching. It's gonna be frustrating, but I just want to hold hands. Oh, hi, nice to meet you. I hope everyone shook hands with this lovely Coco. How about you? Ever find it frustrating about growing a presence on like any social media?
Oh, the stories that I have. When I was first starting out on Tumblr, it was agonizing, to be completely honest, because I would put hours and hours into this piece, and I would be so proud of myself, and I'd be like, I'm going to share it to the world now. The world is ready to see my creation. And then I would post it, and literally like one or two notes, and I'd be crushed, right? It's like, oh god, like I suck so much.
Why? Oh,
right?
man.
And you're
do you ever feel like it's like, was it the time of day that you posted, or like would you ever like reshare it again? I'm a firm believer of reposting artwork because it's good content, and not everyone saw it the first time, so it's okay to share it the second time.
Definitely, I think that's a good practice to use. I was kind of weird about like reposting artwork in the beginning because I was like, I don't want to annoy people by like again or anything like that. But to be honest, time zones are a thing, and people post your artwork. Yeah, and so if you repost it, it helps.
I'm so sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine.
Oh, this is so disgusting. I'm so sorry, ladies and gentlemen. What was it? Which social media platform has rewarded you the most?
I would say that because I've been on Tumblr the longest, that has brought me the most like commissions or print sales or like fans or nice messages because of like the longevity of me being on there. But at the same time, Twitter in the past 6 months has been amazing. People, right? We talked about people being really supportive. I have found like jobs through Twitter. I have been asked to be part of zines because of Twitter, and it's just much more involved. And yeah, Tumblr and Twitter are probably my two favorite social media platforms at the moment. What about you, Tori?
Oh, social media platforms? Yeah. Twitter is growing on me. I'm really awkward on Twitter, but I really do like Instagram. But Instagram for me has actually been kind of a bummer lately because I mean, like, I love the people. The people there are amazing. It's mainly my interaction with the app. Like, I just feel like I don't have as much time as I would like to enjoy it. Like, I enjoy consuming my art content via Tumblr more. I don't know why. It's weird. Like, I go on Instagram to talk, but I go on Tumblr to browse, and it's kind of weird. In terms of like the best way of growing my online presence, I gotta say YouTube has been the most rewarding. The YouTube community is phenomenal. It's just you guys are so friendly on here. Like, why? So many good people, so much good content. And YouTube is something that I will watch when I'm in break mode. Okay, guilty confession here. Mr. Hannibal said laugh at me for this. I do enjoy watching how it's made. I like weird videos about how do they make Pringles, or how do they make apple jam, or how do they make contacts. Like, I am that person that will like binge watch these videos. So YouTube is not only a platform for me to look at and share amazing art, it's also a platform for me to consume content that I just normally enjoy. So yeah, I hopefully we answered your question. Definitely, we do get frustrated, and as Vicki mentioned before, time is everything when it comes to posting. Do you have like a fun like posting schedule? I used to have one before. It's out the window now.
I like tried. I would like look up the. Oh, is it okay? Is it okay? Coco, fix it! Fix it, Coco! No.
So posting schedules, do you have one? Like, did you ever, or like, do you ever be like, oh, I have to post at like noon, or like, this is when everyone's on? Like, is there a magical time of day?
You know, I used to think that there was, and I would try to post at times when people were most likely to be online, but it's not the like determining factor of whether or not your art will get noticed. I found that tagging things has been really helpful. So using hashtags on Twitter and Instagram, and making sure to like tag your artwork on Tumblr if it's part of like a fandom, or even if it's like art, like tag it as art. People do look through those tags. And my number one rule is to just be consistent. And why do you want to be consistent? Well, think about it. If you post something, right, and people are like, oh, this is really cool, I'm going to follow this artist, and then you don't post anything for a month, 2 months, half a year, and then you come back and you post something and you expect the same sort of feedback, people don't know who you are anymore. You've literally like fallen off of their radar. So to keep people engaged, you have to be consistent so that people recognize you. You know, they learn about your name, first of all, and then they learn about your artwork. And because of that, they'll be looking for you. They'll be on the lookout for when you're posting art next. And that is a really good way. Exactly. So
I definitely
try that out.
Say, like,
Oh.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, I got you. You're here.
Okay, cool.
I would also say, like, don't worry about the number that you have. Like, if you have 5 followers, treat them like they are your everything. Like, give them all the love. It's not about number. It's about the quality of content and the quality of people.
Oh yeah. Totally agree.
We also have another one.
Okay, yeah.
We have a question from BroBear007. Lately, I have been worrying about what to major in college and what art school to go to versus state university, and I guess my question is how to go about all of that in regards to art as a career. Whoa, we have a fantastic example here.
GrowBear007. I am your advocate for doing whatever you want to do. I don't go to an art school. I attend a normal university for the sake of simplification. And I don't major in art either. And I have been able to get noticed because of the internet. The internet has been really helpful in helping me develop my art career. Is it okay?
Yeah, come back, because that was solid. Continue.
Okay, yeah. The internet has been the defining factor that has allowed me to develop my career in art. I don't have art credentials. I don't have a degree in art. I've never been to art school. I've never really taken any art classes. But because I post my stuff on the internet, then people see it. And when people want to hire you for art jobs, they just want to know that you can do the job. They don't care really what school you went to. Any commissioner, like in any sort of contracted work that I've received so far, nobody has ever asked me to like see my resume or to be like, what school did you go to? Like, what degree do you have? They don't care. They see my art. They're like, you can do that? Okay, come do that for us. So take that with a grain of salt when you're considering what school to go to.
Because for the longest time, I really did thought that you were an art student because you shared so many explorations in your sketchbooks and just different like techniques. And I was like, she's having a lot of fun in art school. And for the longest time, I believed you were an art student. And then I found out like, oh man, that is true determination. Like I've met art students that haven't, invested as much into art, and you just blow them out of the water. And ultimately, it's all about, are you willing to put in the time every day to make art your bread and butter, your breath of fresh air? Like, you have to own art. In order to own art, you have to live it. You have to practice it every day through the awful parts, the amazing parts, and you have done it so well. Like, for those who are in universities or who are thinking about going to art school, how did you manage to keep art going but still keep up with academics? That's really hard because your main job is to be a student. But you still kept that passion alive, and I think that's truly amazing and inspiring for folks who are struggling with trying to get more art into their routine. Think of Vicki. She's a role model. May this Drawventure live rub off on you so you do all the art all the time.
Yes, yeah. Coco will imbue you with the power.
Do you have like a group of friends at school that do a lot of art, or are you all by yourself?
The thing is that I have always surrounded myself with creative people, not necessarily people who do art, but people who write, people who film stuff, people like my boyfriend and I who we make music together. And so I think any sort of creative outlet like are interested in those sorts of things is very helpful, because then you have somebody to talk to when you are maybe going through something that's like troubling you with your art, with the creative process, and you can also celebrate with them when things go really well. Like my friend who she's been getting a lot more like freelance work recently, and we're both just like, yeah, that's good. That's a good thing that's happening. And so yeah, it's good to have that community of people.
Yes, I absolutely agree. It's important to have those friends to celebrate. Because it kind of gets lonely if you don't have someone to go like, oh my god, let me cheer for you. And I definitely gotta say, cheering for someone else, I think is one of the best feelings ever. Like seeing your friend just own their dreams is just phenomenal. I love it. I eat it up. Girl Bear, thank you so much for your question. I'm so sorry. Oh lordy. Okay, we do have a lot of questions.
Okay. Try to get to them.
Snackers. Okay. Here's my question. This is from Sam W. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're over on YouTube, we are accepting questions via Google Hangout and the Q&A app. If you're on YouTube, expand the description. Click on that link to come on over if you have a question. Here's my question. I love doing art, but sometimes I'm scared I'll never improve. Any advice for improving? You're solid on this. I know we talked about this.
I just took a bite of salad. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I'm jealous. Are you gonna share this salad?
Yeah, y'all want some salad? Really good.
We all like some salad.
Okay.
Yep.
So the question was about improving. Is that correct?
Yeah, because you're so hustling right now to improve. You're constantly exploring a variety of topics. I see you're doing screenshots from like movie stills, which is an excellent exercise. I also see you doing figure drawing, thumbnailing, the whole shebang. Like, what's your prime advice? Because I know you have a golden gem in there. Cup it up so we can share and look at it.
I would say that something that's really helped me personally is to set like today I'm going to practice composition. Today I'm going to practice lighting and color. You have to set these small goals for yourself. Saying I want to improve in art, like what does that mean? You know, that could mean anything. That's huge. And if you set that
ladies and gentlemen,
it's going to be really. Everything okay?
Okay, I hear you now.
Okay. Yeah. So if you set goals for yourself, you can hold yourself accountable and be like, you know, I have to do this today. And as long as they are focused and small goals, for example, I'm going to grab references from the internet and I'm going to study like color and shadow today for objects. Then that is improvement.
That's awesome.
But
can we actually
if
pick
you
your
want
brain
to
on a piece? Hello?
I'm sorry?
Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to bring up one of your pieces here on the screen. And I want to pick your brain about what was your goals, and just so people can see it. Here we go. Oops. Oh no, we can't see it full. There you go. So for this particular illustration, what was your goals?
Okay. I was studying different compositions, right? And I remember this idea of a triangle within a larger rectangle. And so I wanted to try it creates this sort of triangle effect. And so it like draws upwards and sort of like helps determine the focal point of the piece. And I've also like always so I wrote that and I focused on blue and green because
absolutely
characters like elemental power in a sense. And then I wanted to add just like the tiniest bits of that complementary. Oh my god, I feel like I'm spitting everywhere. On that complementary scheme, that blue and that orange. So
okay.
Yeah.
Enjoy that salad.
Also. Probably enjoying it a little bit too much. Oh god, no, now the whole salad is here for me. Anyways, but yeah, the blue and the orange, that's another way, complementary colors, right? To bring some interest into your artwork.
Oh, I love
it. So
it's like the right touch. I just want to add on a bonus perk for anyone who is curious about how Vicki colors. She does have a really, really cool YouTube video about how to color. So please do check that out after the show. I will tweet that.
Oh yeah, oh my god, that was like one of my first videos. We were talking about like our first videos being really embarrassing.
I know, I want to take down my first videos too, but they're gonna stay up there.
Yeah. So I probably want to redo that video in the future, but
I would love if you made more videos, but I understand you're on a mission to improve. I absolutely love like your goal setting.
dude.
It's I kind of do something similar, but I write 3 words illustration I'm doing about what I want to do. Like I want to incorporate pink. I want to work on poses that are
Ooh.
twinning, and no, it's phenomenal. We're actually kind of running low on time, so I'm gonna pick out a couple more questions. I can like literally talk to you forever. Like you're just so easy to talk to, and I just want to pick your brain about everything. Oh, wait.
Oh no.
Are you here? Ooh, this is an excellent question. Are you here, Vicki? Hello? Dance. I bet it's just my connection that's awful and that you're here and that I just can't see you or hear you. But I see Coco and the cute little icon. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, about my awful voice today. I hope we have her. Are you? Vicki? I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. And these are really good questions for her, and I definitely want her to answer them. Ooh, this one's from Kendra. I think I can kind of answer this question. Has Patreon helped with continuing your art, etc.? P.S. Love your work. Truly inspired me to do my own art. High five. I'm glad that this lovely lady has inspired me. She's super cool. Uh-oh. I definitely do feel like Patreon has inspired me to improve my art because I feel like I constantly have to produce more art, and I want something that's interesting. Welcome back! Yay!
Back,
I was
okay.
just about to text you. Did partner?
He's always helping. No,
Thank you for your help.
Good job.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm extremely sorry for our technical difficulties, and thank you so much for tuning in. Vicki, are you ready for the next question?
I most certainly am. Sorry about that slip up.
Okie dokie.
Oh
no. Okay, how do you start posting your art style? Because I feel like I rely on other artists for my artwork, and that was from Lissa Sam on Google Hangout.
Right now. Because like I'm currently in this period with my job style, and I'm struggling with it as well. So I just find that just like trying new things can always help you discover more about what you like in art. So allowing your with different styles.
Uh-oh. I'm jealous that the rest of the people here.
That because
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Hello.
Is
I hear
okay?
you. I hear you. Yes, I do.
Yeah.
can I just have a quick recap on that? Because I'm super sorry I didn't hear much.
And be open,
Be open.
and you will find your art.
Uh-oh.
A lot. Always draw a lot. Oh, no.
So what I got was draw a lot and be open. I'm so
Yes,
sorry.
at it. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, internet.
How do you keep yourself in check from making sure your art is your own voice and not what you're referencing?
Yeah. The idea is, like, a good rule of thumb is to not draw exactly what the reference is. The idea is to use references to help you, not to copy them. And so, I mean, by all means, copy them if you're just using it for practice. But if you're trying to make, like, an actual art piece, draw from, like, aspects of the reference in order to help you shape your artwork. Don't do a direct copy because it'll just be really static and
copy.
boring.
It just
Yeah.
It is. I definitely do suggest like combining as many references as you can. Majority of my illustrations, it's like usually like I awkwardly pose for my illustrations.
Same here.
I will like try to combine like 10 different pieces. Like I like this plant, but I also like that color from that. You're probably fun stuff.
Oh, you're frozen. But if you can hear me, I agree with what you said about gathering as many references as you can. I'm not going to do anything drastic this time because these freezes usually kind of blow themselves over. So I'm going to trust in the connection and hope that Tori comes back soon. And I'm going to eat some salad because I'm really hungry. And so I'm going to put Coco aside. I'm just going to eat some salad. Oh no, Tori. It's a really good salad. Eat salad, that'll help you make artwork. Oh my god. It's delicious. Good job, babe.
Thanks. Thank you.
Oh, the chat isn't coming back. I don't know if you've already been like frozen or something, but Tori is still frozen, and I'm very alone.
Let's talk about art.
Huh?
Talk about art.
I'm talking about art? No. Art is fun. Art is cool. And if art isn't fun or cool, then personally, I find that I need to reevaluate why I'm doing art. Oh, wait, no, it's completely gone. I want to answer all the questions in the queue, but I just feel like I should answer this with Tori. No, now Tori's gone. Oh no. Am I just alone here?
Stay with me. Na, 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 Tori texted you, right?
What?
She texted you.
Is she? Oh, she got booted off. Does that mean that, like, I should not be here either?
Gotta restart it.
Should I leave too? I'm texting Tori right now.
Stay with Tori.
Oh, yeah. Apologies for the technical difficulties, everyone. It's always really unpredictable about like internet connection strength and stuff like that. So I'm waiting to hear back from Tori though. She texted me and she said, "I'm so sorry I got booted off." Yeah, both Tori and I have Instagrams. She is Torianne00 on Instagram, and I am Vicki Sigh on Instagram. So go check out our pages and follow us if you so fancy. Waiting to hear back from Tori.
So Vicki,
Yeah,
who are some artists that inspire you?
this salad is really inspiring me right now.
Salad's not an artist, darling.
Oh, that was a really big piece of cabbage.
Do you think we could think of artist puns for salad?
Like Vincent Van
Gouda? Oh, that's just a cheese.
That's just a cheese.
Yeah. Gustav the Dijon Klimt, as they used to call him.
Is that what he's known by in the streets?
And
Oh, Tori.
who else?
Wait, did you already have a lot of that salad? Because I'm really hungry. I think I should end the stream. But I'm waiting to hear back from Tori and see what she
Answer
says.
the people question.
Or should I just answer the questions? Oh, I think it already ended. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm closing out then. Okay, if anybody's still here, thank you so much. And have a good one. Bye.